It is 1:39 on Thursday, the 11th of April, and this is the Conscious Pioneer podcast, and I am Stephi Burgess. Thank you for joining me today. We are outside in nature, and I'm just trying this new thing of holding the microphone with my hand. So we'll see how this goes. I'm sorry if it doesn't sound great, but we're learning and growing and trying different things, and it's okay. I'm wearing this huge necklace. I just felt like doing something different today. This literally hasn't seen the light of day for, wow, uh, 10 years or something. I bought it for Burning Man, and I had blue hair at the time, and you need a few outfits, and this was part of one of them. And I just I felt like rocking it today because I needed something different. I needed a new energy to like, express and feel. And yeah, so we're here. And, you know, I wanted this podcast to be about synergy. Synergy is my new program that I am launching on Monday, 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 the 15th of April. And it is the birthing of something new for me. It is an 18-day meditation series, immersion. And so it's every day for 18 days at 9 p.m. GMT, a meditation for 20 or 30 minutes. And the last 2 days are up to an hour. And what this is a culmination of my life's work, my development of myself, because the amount that I have worked on myself is the amount that I can help other people and bring them into that deeper space of themselves. So I got this download 2 weeks ago that it just came in, right? And I just trusted that, and I've been trusting the process since. And each day it's like, how can I show up to synergy, and things flow and things happen. And yeah, I have got some bruises on my arm because I've been really struggling with some pain in my body because, well, for one, I'm consistently upgrading. And when we upgrade, we move deeper into our body. And when we move deeper into our body, the pains and the suffering and the experiences where we're not fully embodied, they come up for healing. And so we experience them, and we have an emotion attached to it, and we move through it. So for me, I've just been clearing it. Let's say that. And some of it takes the form of massage, and sometimes I bruise myself because it's like, so deep. But along with the physical, we also have to address the emotional, psychological, spiritual, and at the very core, the structural patterning of why this thing is here in the first place. And that is our frequencies and the patterns that we run basically in our I want to say manufacturing system, our DNA, like what programs are running in order for us to really come into our bodies. And I want to just tap into this deeper sense of knowledge that I know that I have, that I feel like I'm almost skirting around right now. It's like I'm getting the words coming through, but I feel like I want to invite a deeper sense of embodiment of that knowing. And so I'd love to just invite everyone to take a deep breath in and exhale. Just be here with me now, be with yourself, and we're together. You're here. Let's do this in the right way. Yeah. So synergy, again, I'm getting like, just slow down. So let's just slow down. Ooh. Notice any sounds around you. Any experience of reality that you can experience right now, exactly what you're experiencing. Just notice some subtleties. Notice your body, anything that highlights in your body as I say that, and taking a deep breath in and opening yourself to the frequencies of love, feeling love and compassion in your heart, asking to receive more of that, and breathe it into those spaces that you feel have just been highlighted. So meditation is one of the most powerful things that we can do for ourselves in terms of slowing down and paying attention to what our body is saying, what our spirit is saying to us. And spirit is just literally our higher self. We have these physical human bodies, but we are limitless, and we have our pure essences that arrive into these bodies and then leave when we die. And there is someone mowing a lawn, and it's probably picking up in the background, but it's much louder as I'm hearing it. I've just been in a process of waiting, like, can somebody just cut the cord over there? But it is what it is. This is right now, and this is what's happening. So yeah, I believe if we create that space for ourselves, and if we have a great meditation guide, then we can really use it as a tool to make everything better in our lives. Bring that awareness to the quiet speaking of our own self, and within that, strengthen our bond with ourselves, strengthen our connection to who we are and our spirit. I'll just say spirit, because I know it's a triggering word and some people will be turned off by it, but that's how I recognize it. You know, it's my higher essence, it's my pure essence, and everyone has it. And we have filters that create our bodies and our human experience here, but a lot of those filters are not needed and they are malfunctioning. So we can actually become a much more of a pure being and elevate ourselves into higher levels of consciousness by removing those filters that are in the way of us fully becoming who we are and what we are here to step into in the world. So what I want to invite you into is a new reality, a new dimension of yourself, a new way of being and experiencing your life without that shroud, without that covering, without that feeling of anxiety when you wake up in the morning. Or if you do experience that anxiety, I want to help you use it to your benefit, and use every emotion and experience to your benefit so that you become the observer. You don't get stuck in it. You don't repeat the pattern. You actually see it and allow it to release through your system. And as you do that, you come into this different version of yourself where that doesn't exist, and it doesn't need to exist. And just because you've had it all your life doesn't mean you have to continue having it or just live with it. There is a way that we can do this healing on ourselves and not heal at this level, but we move to a different level, a different dimension of self, literally, where that thing doesn't exist. And we give ourselves this love and nurturing. And when we do that, we can actually listen and hear and then allow that pattern to fully play out and leave. We shift. We literally go past this. If you think of like the sound barrier, we literally break through. And once you make that breakthrough, that part of us doesn't exist anymore, and we get to flourish in this new essence of ourselves. And that's what I help people with, and it's what I've been doing over the last 6 years with I was going to say Master Daddy, but he's recently changed his name to Masati. And there's been so many programs that I've done with him that have got me to this point where, yes, I'm still healing, but I'm at a point where there's so much I can offer for other people because I've done the groundwork myself, And now it's my time to support others. So this is what synergy is about. It is about synergizing. And with the power of the group, we can really do that in a very effective way, as each of us on a deeper level help each other with the things that we've grown and healed ourselves. And then we share that collectively with each other in the mastermind. And while it is an individual experience, it's also a synergistic experience, but it's in the right way, in the way that humanity works in general, and the way that we have experienced life and the government systems, everything that is there, we synergize in a very ineffective way. It's like the the path that is drawn by the collective mindset and energetic forces is not the most efficient path for us to go down. So we need these groups of us to come together to create this new pathway together and allow that to gain momentum as we come together and give it energy and give this new consciousness, this new earth that's arriving, a chance. We give it a platform. We give it, it's like the more of us come together, with more we create this city. I'm just seeing this visual of ants. You know how ants come, like, they're so synergistic. They all have a job. They all create their home, and everyone has a role. And then this city gets built, and we need to, as a society and as humans, to come together in the right way, and in a way that is led by someone that has done the work themselves and is stepping into their leadership and trusting that. And each of us need to do that within ourselves. I mean, obviously you don't have to, but this is what I'm stepping into myself. And, you know, it's an interesting journey because it's new for me. Well, it isn't, because I've done leadership, I've had leadership roles in the past, and I've always known that I'm meant to be a leader. And yeah, but for the last 6 years, I've really been in a sense, in my own bubble of healing, because I've had to do so much to get to this point. And so now I'm stepping into it, but it's very, in a sense, easy because it's very natural. I don't really have to do anything in terms of, it's literally just coming to me, and then it's given, and I respond and I learn. And but it does bring up for me all the stuff that's in the way of, I just numbers are always interesting to me. It's like 13 minutes we've been on here. And yeah. So everything that's in the way of me claiming my power, claiming who I am, stepping into who I am, offering this, going through all of the doubts that come up around it, and all of the things that I get to process because I'm stepping into this new level of myself, all of the business aspects, all of the marketing aspects and everything. And just the feeling of launching my own program, and whilst feeling very centered in knowing what it is, and like trusting the download that I got, which was literally, it's called Synergy. It's 3 days of grounding, 7 days of being a seed, 5 days of sprouting, and then 3 days of blooming. I'm not sure if that was the exact thing, but it gave me the days. It gave me the days of what was happening. And then I added it up, and it was 18. So it was 18 days, consecutive days. I get the information. It starts on the 15th of April, which of course was a Monday. And that Gwen was going to help me. So I've got, like, you know, all these things that just aligned, and it was like, you have to trust that all of this is meant to be. And it wasn't hard for me to do that because it came through such a clear and pure, in such a clear and pure way. It didn't come from any mind. It was just a download, and it's like, this is your next step. So then I either take it or I don't, right? And I want to take everything that I'm offered because I want to grow and I want to take opportunities and I want to become the best version of myself whilst helping other people flourish too. And because I put so much work into myself, this is what I do. Like I'm not an expert, but in terms of the wider population, I am. And I have to start owning that and learning that and yeah. So anyway, Synergy starts on Monday. And it's meditation every day, 9 p.m., between 20 and 30 minutes. And while there is a structure, it's also going to be based on what I feel the group needs and how I can best show up in those 20 or 30 minutes. And I'll also be holding space for the group throughout the 18 days. Because for the last 10 weeks, I've been doing meditations on Zoom, my frequency nurturing group. And this was the next step. It's like, okay, cool. And I was told that I received the information that there's going to be 10 people in the group. And I have to trust that I keep making the steps to talk about this, to be in the internal trust of it, and that some people are going to sign up, and it might be very last minute and whatever. But regardless of who joins, it's really, when it comes down to it, it's about me and me showing up for the cues that I get and me practicing what I'm here to do. And I've already got, there's 3 people, and then Gwen is my teammate or my sidekick. And yeah, we'll just see if you are gonna join. And I would love you too. Honestly, I'm so whoever joins, I'm just, yeah, like I'm excited for you because I'm excited for me, and I'm excited for what this is and how much of a difference it could make to a life. And it's a way that we can show up for ourselves, and it's got a greater meaning, and it's just trust. It's like, I felt the calling to offer this, and in yourself whether you feel the calling to join. And it's not a mental thing, it's just you get attracted, you feel the sense of it, you feel like you're being drawn onto it, you feel like this is the thing for me right now. And for some people it won't be, and for a lot of people it won't be, but there are going to be some people that this is for you. And I have to again trust that those people are going to be attracted to this right now. And I don't know whether I will, but it seems like it's either every month or every other month that I'm going to offer this. And this is just the first. And it feels like a very special one because it's going to be like the start. It's the core group. It's the very beginning. It's the seed has been planted, and now it's starting to flourish and become something. And I get to usher this in, and it's such an honor. And it's such a brilliant process for me to use to grow better, to grow bigger, to love myself deeper, to expand into myself more. the last few days I've been doing healing mastery for the second or third time and releasing more within myself. It is a way that I can use it as a marker. Like, this is happening on Monday. How can I get myself into the best shape before then? I'm just cleaning my bed sheets today. I'm putting a load of clothes in the wash. I'm preparing my space and I'm preparing my vessel in order for me to show up better for anyone who is entrusting me with the experience of meditation, which is a very delicate space. And it's just very beautiful, and it's my work and I'm birthing it, and it's special. It really is. And yeah, so I don't know, maybe this is the end. It's a short podcast. Yeah. And nature, man, that's what I also bring in with the meditations. It's the frequencies of nature and the frequencies of the earth, and how we can really come back into harmonization with everything that we are, which is freaking nature. We are humans, we are natural forms, and how we can harmonize better with ourselves and with how nature evolves, and how we can use nature to help us evolve better and let go of what we don't need and recycle that to give us nourishment, to give us new birth, to give us this way to flourish in this new dimension of self. Like, literally, I see it as there's so much opportunity for us. And I feel like as a group, when we come together, we're going to just like naturally move to that space in a very, very delicate and beautiful way. That's how I see it. We're just kind of going off in this. Maybe it's a ship. It could be a rocket ship, but it feels like if it is a rocket ship, it's a very comforting one. Like, it might get a little scary because when we move into something new, we have to experience the discomfort of moving into that. And that's a very promising experience. If you do experience that, we just have to get more comfortable with discomfort and allow ourselves to trust the process. And I don't think the detox will be that much. Like, it's like we just get drawn into this expansive space of ourselves, and we get to kind of just allow that experience to come further into us, and for us to move further into it. We have a bee, I think. And yeah, allow our bodies to literally, when plants suck up the nutrients and they get what they need. It's literally that experience. You're like a sponge. You get to have all this everything that you need. You get bathed in that. That's what these meditations are about. You get bathed in that. And when you flood your body with nutrients, everything that is not needed gets flushed out. Yeah, but honestly, it's really about that, being bathed in it. I think so many of us have done that work of letting things go, that it also is just about experiencing that bathing. And the more that we bathe, the more that we bathe, the more that we bathe, the more naturally it comes for us to live in that realm and be bathed in it all the time, because we literally don't attract the gunk anymore. We continue to give focus and attention to the things that nourish us, including our patterns, the way that we we move in the earth, with the way that we have our relationships with everything, our relationships with ourselves, our friends, our family, food, moving our body, but mostly the relationship with ourselves and how we can give ourselves those feelings of love, that experience of love, and become aware of the things when it's incongruent, and just be like, I don't have to give that energy. Like, I'm beyond that now. I am an amazing being, and I deserve to treat myself that way. I deserve to love myself. I deserve to give myself what I need. I deserve to think outside of the box in terms of what I deserve and how I live my life. Like, maybe I can take a trip next week. Maybe I can do a spa day. Maybe I can step into this thing that I've been wanting to do for a while. Maybe I can just feel good all the time. Like, not as if we don't feel emotion, but I can process it in a different way. And I can feel like life is for me rather than against me. And I can live in this energy of affluence, of abundance, of limitless, and I can live that in human form. I can actually live that. I can be it. I can experience it. I can fully flourish in that. And yeah, we get to do that in these meditations. And I'm excited about it because the more that I talk about it, the more I can feel like what it is, I can really feel that space that I'm helping everyone bathe in, right? That nourishing, these nourishing frequencies, kind of shifting everyone into this space. And then we all get to play. We all get to be who we're meant to be. And yeah, literally play and do all the things that we want to do and have that experience. And the more that we do those things that we want to do and have that experience, the more that we continue to attract that into our lives. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, guys. So Synergy starts on the 15th of April on Zoom, 9 p.m. GMT, 20 minutes to 30 minutes meditation. There are 2 hours at the end, 2 meditations at the end, which are an hour long. And also, when you sign up, you get a 33% discount on sessions with me in April. And that's exciting. So please come on board if you feel the call. I welcome you, and I welcome you into this new level of being, this new way of being, this new identity that you can flourish into and become. And yeah, we get to play together. All right, well, I'm going to see what happens next. I want to plant some garlic. I want to plant my Jerusalem artichoke tubers. Are they called tubers? Roots, whatever. And I've got some dahlias. I've got a blueberry plant, a eucalyptus plant, and a camellia plant. And I also need to trim the grass and just spend some time in nature today for sure. And I'm glad I did this meditation. This is not a meditation, this podcast out here, because why not? And hopefully the sound was okay. But hit me up and please leave a review on Spotify if you're listening to this on Spotify. Please leave a comment if you're listening on YouTube. Please share with a friend if you feel like it. Please sign up if you feel the call. My website is stephiburgess.com, and you can find Synergy on my booking page. And is there anything else? Just that I'm here to help you to blossom into your brilliance. And I hope that whichever way you go about your life, that you do that and you blossom and you shine and you keep exponentially growing into the most highest halcyons of consciousness and life and love yourself all the way fucking through. All right. Peace out, guys. Love you so much. My name is Stephi Burgess. Thank you for joining me today. This was the Conscious Pioneer podcast, and I will see you next time. So much love. Bye for now. Hee.